Now at 6, a former head of Quapaw Nation passes away after a brief illness. Plus, seasonal funding gaps could have an impact on the Joplin Head Start program. One profit looks to lend a hand. And some restaurant owners in Oklahoma team up to fight hunger.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
A longtime former leader of Quapaw Nation has died. This is KOAM News. I'm Tanya Bach. Former Quapaw Nation Chairman John Berry has died following a brief illness. Berry's family and a post on the tribe's website confirmed the former leader's passing on Saturday. Berry served the tribe for nearly 2 decades and is credited as being instrumental in the development of 2 large-scale casino projects. Berry's legacy does carry some controversy as allegations of financial misconduct dog the latter part of his career. Quapaw Nation and the Berry family released a statement which said in part, quote, Chairman Berry dedicated decades to the Quapaw Nation, serving as tribal chairman for 18 years. His contribution and his dedication to the advancement of the nation will be felt for generations to come, end quote. John Berry was 80 years old. Well, Chief Meteorologist Doug Hetty joins us now with a first look at weather.
Yeah, and of course we got a break from the rain for us today. A lot of clouds out there. Still had a little bit of drizzle early this morning, but we have more rain in the forecast. But I wanted to catch you up on where we sit from the weekend. 1/100 of an inch today, 2.5 for the month, for the year, about 36 inches, but we're still 3 inches behind, so it was good to get that rain. Just clouds, that's what we're going to see as we go through the evening into the overnight hours, but showers will start to increase again, especially late tonight. So we can see these showers kind of picking up in our western counties and then down through northeastern parts of Oklahoma, and then persistent rain through the morning. Really showers, maybe some rumbles of thunder as well. A little bit of a lull once we get into the afternoon, then rain picks back up again tomorrow evening. So I'm going to have all those details for you here in just a bit.
All right, thanks, Doug. The SEK Recycling Center shuts down after tomorrow as financial pressures mount. Officials say soaring insurance costs and plummeting recycled material prices created an impossible situation. The center relies on the community donations and seeks public help for reopening. The Community Foundation is also launching a November fundraising campaign to rescue the facility. Well, the government shutdown has impacted many different areas across the nation, including right here in the 4 states. KOAM's Ty Parks sat down with the nonprofit organization Economic Security Corporation to talk about the impact on its Head Start program.
So it started out small. In October, there were just 5 programs affected, about 6,500 children. Then November 1st, there are several grantees. There are 141 nationwide, including Puerto Rico. And so they will not, if they close on November 1st, that's 65,000 children affected. So every time a program's grant cycle is due and it's up, without the funding, they're forced to close.
The Head Start programs offer the service of childcare to families up to 100% of the poverty line.
So in Joplin, we're very fortunate. Our grant cycle runs April 1st to March 31st. So we have funding until March 31st of 2026. So although we feel safe, I'm encouraging all of my staff and our parents in our program to reach out and support the other programs.
The majority of families that use Head Start are working in service and delivery-based industries.
And so if those families can't work, that means our community stops operating well. And so places like fast food restaurants or car washes or Walmart, those places don't have the workers anymore. So it's really important that they have places like us, especially now with the talk of SNAP and WIC benefits not being available.
There is no immediate chance of a Head Start shutdown in Joplin, but this is something Economic Security Corporation is keeping a close eye on.
And so even though my grant's due January 1st, and they usually look into it by February, it could be very close to when my grant ends, March 31st. It could really put us at risk for closing in April if they're backlogged and haven't had a chance to look at my grant.
In Joplin, Ty Parks, KOAM News.
Economic Security Corporation is collecting food and other resources that will be used to help the community since SNAP benefits may not be issued in November. Oklahoma City Metro restaurant owners have a plan in place to help families impacted by the halt to SNAP. Corey Harris owns Corey Be Cookin' Seafood and more. He plans to offer free meals including seasoned chicken, fish, potatoes, rice, and vegetables. Harris isn't the only business owner opening his doors to those in need.
That was very important to me because as a kid I grew up on SNAP, and I remember how hard it was for my mom to provide food for myself and my 4 siblings. So I just want to be able to give back and do my part.
Cindy Reed owns Del Rancho in Mustang. She received donations totaling $1,100 from customers who saw her social media post about helping families. Reed says people who need food can stop by her restaurant. She asked them to bring federal ID or SNAP cards to verify need. Well, members of the Southeast Kansas community come out to show their support for helping those in need. This is a live look from the Farm to Fork Festival at the Greenway in downtown Pittsburgh. The festival celebrates the local harvest as well as promotes sustainable practices and raises community awareness about where your food comes from before it hits your dinner table. Tickets for the event covered a full course meal, including local ingredients, a handmade soup bowl to take home. Maybe the best part, all proceeds and donations go to the Wesley House, which provides food pantry services for those in need. Well, times are tough for many people in our area, and the holiday season can multiply those difficulties. The good news is there are many organizations in the 4 states driven to alleviate those difficulties, such as hunger. We have a list of food pantries and other organizations on our website that provide help to the community. Don't hesitate to reach out for assistance or to volunteer your time and services or make a donation. Just head over to KOAMnewsnow.com and search for food pantries in the 4-state area. Riverton Volleyball looks to cement its legacy as a dynasty. Ben McLeish has more on the team's trip to another state tournament coming up in sports. But up first, a Northwest Arkansas community takes an opportunity to walk in another person's shoes. In Northwest Arkansas, a community is taking steps literally towards ending homelessness. As Abner Sosa reports, a group of walkers set out on a 3-day, 30-mile journey from Rogers to share awareness and funds for people experiencing homelessness in the region.
Backpacks, bottled water, and community spirit. That's what fueled this group as they left Bentonville and walked through Rogers on Thursday.
We were walking, about 12 of us, from Bentonville to Fayetteville along the Razorback Greenway to build awareness and call our community to action to end chronic homelessness.
Solomon Birchfield is the executive director of New Beginnings in Fayetteville. He says half of the walkers have experienced homelessness themselves. The rest are community members joining to learn and support the cause.
They know what it's like to be walking miles every day just to get a shower or eat a meal or check on a friend. And the other half of the group is community members that want to be good neighbors to people recovering from homelessness.
For Mark Webster, this walk hits close to home. After 32 years without one, the Army veteran recently moved into a cabin at New Beginnings and says he's walking for those still out there.
I just got my own place beginning of the month of October. It's my first place of my own since I was 23. I'm 52 years old now. I'm not doing none of this for me. I'm doing it for my brothers, my sisters, my friends, my family members that are homeless still.
He says this pilgrimage honors friends lost to the streets and celebrates a second chance.
New Beginnings saved my life. Now it's my time to give back. It really is. It's my time to give back.
New Beginnings hopes to raise $50,000 to expand its transitional housing village, creating more cabins and safe spaces for people rebuilding their lives. Birchfield says he plans on making this pilgrimage an annual event, and he hopes more people will join next time.
So this year's kind of working out the kinks. There's just 10 to 15 of us doing the pilgrimage. Next year, I'd love to see 50 or 100 of us walking the Greenway, building awareness and calling our community to action.
The group will finish their 30-mile journey on Saturday and then gather for an open house and community meal. A little later, elementary students in Pittsburgh learn a lesson on the dangers of drugs and violence awareness.
Plus, it looks like more rain in the forecast. We're going to look at that coming up.
Attention, Missouri and Kansas home.
Well, it definitely turned out to be a cloudy day for us today. A little bit on the dreary side. Of course, we had the rain all weekend long. And then really into yesterday. That storm system is now spinning across the eastern third of the country. We are in a little bit of a break, but here's our next storm system already building. See a little twist right up through the Dakotas, pushing into the north central parts of the plain. So this system is going to bring rain right back into the region. Let me walk you through time as we go through the night. Into Tuesday morning, some light showers spread in. The evening looks fine. Most of the night looks fine. As we go through the morning, showers, scattered thunderstorms across the region. Nothing strong, nothing severe. You don't have to worry about that, but they are going to be out there. Look at our temps, upper 50s to near 60. So very wet morning, wet early afternoon. But once we get to mid-afternoon, most of the rain is shifted Missouri into Arkansas. Then we go into a little bit of a lull as we go through the evening hours. And then as we get after midnight tomorrow night, showers start to spread right back into the region. So the first half of the day, I mean, look at this, down into the 40s Wednesday morning. So it's going to be chilly, a chilly rain spreading through, and it looks like we're only bouncing to the mid-50s once we get to Wednesday afternoon. So it's going to be cold over the next couple days. All right, how much rain can we get? So the heaviest rain with this past system, Kansas, Oklahoma. This time it looks to shift a little farther east. But I would say on average, most of us half an inch, 3/4 of an inch, and then near an inch in spots, maybe even some isolated heavier amounts. 54 to start, 55 by noon. High temp, 60 degrees. The winds are really going to pick up as well. Tonight, not bad, but look how they really kick in. Once that front rolls through tomorrow afternoon, you're going to see those winds swing around out of the northwest, and we'll have gusts 25, 30, 35, maybe pushing 40 at times, especially as we get into Tuesday night and into Wednesday morning. So very windy, and then the winds will slowly come down as we go through the day on Wednesday. Great shot of our Cornell Arts and Entertainment Complex tower cam downtown Joplin through the rest of the evening, mainly hanging out into the 50s. And of course, let's drop south. We have Hurricane Melissa clocking winds at 165, category 5 hurricane. It's been meandering its way, and now it's taking a hard north and right turn, and it's going to go right across Jamaica. By the time we go into tomorrow morning, should be a category 5 hurricane that slowly weakens as it pushes off toward the north and to the east. Upper level pattern, here's our next wave, which is rolling in. So let's watch it, really digs in, see this upper level low. That's why we pull in some cooler air. Then we stay in a northwest flow, meaning flows out of the northwest for the rest of the week. But once we get into next week, our pattern we get more zonal pattern, and then a flow out of the southwest. This should give us a pretty good warm up, especially as we go into the middle of next week. We should be back well into the 70s once again. 60 on Tuesday, 54 Wednesday, 57 on Thursday, 60 on Halloween. So chilly all week, and then mid to upper 70s, pushing 80 once again next week, which is not that much above normal for this time of year. So.
Finally dipping into the 30s though at night.
Yeah,
that's going to be
cold.
chilly.
I know.
All right, thanks, Doug. Well, still ahead, a preview of tonight's Monday night matchup with the Chiefs and Commanders, plus a closer look at the state-bound Riverton volleyball team. Ben McLeish has those stories and more up next in sports.
Riverton volleyball is heading back to the state tournament for the 4th time in 5 years after another dominant season. But the job's not finished just yet for the Rams. Riverton is 5-0 in postseason play so far, and they haven't dropped a single set in those matches. The Rams will look to continue that dominance in the state tournament. Their 36-4 record is good for the 2nd seed in the Class 3A pool. Riverton volleyball is used to this kind of success, but second-year head coach Kellen Lipashek says it's a special moment for her and her team.
It's a lot of emotions. This is my 2nd year as a head coach. My mom was the coach before that when we went on that big, giant run. And I really wanted to have one for my own too. And I couldn't have done it without my family, the girls, the community. I really wanted it for them, for myself, for the whole community, everybody.
For the Rams, last year ended with disappointment, a rare postseason exit before reaching the state tournament. Coach Lipashek got her team over the hump this season, but there's still work to be done. The Rams want to bring a state title back to Riverton. And so far, they've played their best volleyball when it's mattered most.
Last year, it just seemed like since we went 4 years in a row that we're going to do it again. Last year, it was kind of a wake-up call that you have to really earn it. And so they just really showed up. They knew that they couldn't take any play away, that they just, after every play, just had to regroup and focus on the next one.
Happy tears. We're all excited to be a part of this team. This team's amazing, and just knowing we came down last year, the motivation at practice and everything, we're just excited to keep going.
The Rams begin state pool play on Thursday at 11 a.m. where they'll face Osage City. They'll have 2 more matches at 1 and 3 p.m. Well, every Friday night during Press Box, we ask our viewers to vote on who they think dominated on the field. Today, the vote is in. Carthage running back Landon West gets your vote thanks to his impressive performance against Neosho in the regular season finale. West ran for over 100 yards and 3 touchdowns, and for good measure, he returned a kickoff for his 4th score of the day. If you want to join in on the fun, you can cast your vote every weekend on our website, KOAMnewsnow.com/pigskin. But let's look ahead to the Kansas City Chiefs Monday night matchup versus the Washington Commanders. The Chiefs look to win their 3rd straight game after starting the season 2-3. And they'll definitely have the advantage tonight as Washington is without its starting quarterback Jaden Daniels and kicker Matt Gay. This is a big game for Kansas City as the Chiefs look to stay in the AFC West race after the Broncos have started the season 6-2. Kickoff is set for 7:15 tonight. Well, that's it for sports. We're back with more after this.
Here's a look at what's coming up on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. Today marks the sports equinox when all 4 major leagues play on the same day. Experts break down the action and betting buzz. Plus, we'll have a follow-up on a double fatal fire out of Pierce City, Missouri. And gas prices fall below $3 in over 30 states just in time for the holiday travel season. Those stories and a lot more tonight on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. Elementary students in Pittsburgh are hoping to raise awareness about the dangers of alcohol, tobacco, and other drug use. This is Red Ribbon Week, where students educate themselves and others on the dangers. Today, students are wearing red ribbons or clothing to show their commitment to staying drug-free.
It's important to teach kids to stay away from that and to just say no, but also not to take anything they're unsure of, and to make sure that they're making good choices that way, standing up against peer pressure.
Every day this week, we'll have a theme to encourage a drug-free lifestyle. Tuesday's theme is Hats Off to Being Drug-Free, where students will wear their best headwear. All right. I wonder if there'll be some Patrick Mahomes hats.
Maybe. It's very possible. Big Chiefs game tonight. Of course, kicking off here in less than an hour. 60 tomorrow. We're going to have showers picking up, especially late tonight into the morning hours, and then periods of rain. A little bit of thunder embedded in. Showers on Wednesday, staying chilly all week long.
All right. Well, thank you for watching. We will see you right back here at 10. Have a great evening and an even better tomorrow.